everybody. In today's video, we're just going to do a quick unboxing of a couple of pieces of rolling stock that we got around Christmas time. These are the Bachmann 55-ton 2-bay outside braced hoppers with removable co-loads. Now these are part of the Bachmann Premium HO Scale Silver Series rolling stock. Now if you're wondering why we're unboxing something we got at Christmas time here in March, it's because, as you know from previous videos, we've been redoing our layout. And we didn't want to do unboxings of rolling stock and locomotives without a layout to run these things on after we do the unboxing. So we waited until now. So we got these pieces of rolling stock. I think we got them on Amazon. I'm not exactly where we got them. It could have been Train World, but these went, or they go for right now, for about $31.37 on Amazon. And we got them in two rail operators. One is the Chicago and Northwestern Railroad, and the other is Interstate. So yeah, let's take a look at the packaging real quick. All right, let's get to unboxing. This is pretty simple packaging here. Just basically a cardboard box with a little clear window in it, and then this kind of molded very thin plastic insert here that holds the car, but still pretty good packaging. We'll start off here with the Chicago Northwestern. Not a bad looking car there, and let's see, what does it come in the back? Comes with a couple of extra pieces in here, extra something. Not sure what those are, but we'll figure it out. And moving on to the Interstate. Now these cars have removable co-loads, so I suspect that those pieces that came with the cars will have something to do with that, but we'll find out in a few minutes. All right, and then there's the Interstate hopper there. So yeah, a couple of good-looking cars there. So why don't we get them on the turntable and take them for a spin? Okay, with the hopper on the turntable here, the hoppers themselves are about 5 inches long from coupler tip to coupler tip. And as you can see here, there is quite a lot of detail on these little cars. They look absolutely fantastic. You can see here, you've got the hopper mechanics down here. Now the hopper mechanics don't work. It's just more kind of plastic molded detail. And these cars are all plastic except for the wheels. The wheels are metal. But you've got your brake mechanics and brake work down here and suspension. That looks all great. You've got the ladder on one side, and then of course the hopper shape here on either side. And then the lettering just looks great. It's a flat black paint job here, just like what you would expect in real life. You wouldn't expect a coal hopper to be painted glossy, so it's got that nice matte finish to it. So that's really nice. A lot of rivet work, rib work here, or bracing work here that looks really great. So yeah, no, this for the price point, $31, not too shabby here. So let's give it a turn. All right, looking down here from the end, again, you see some of the markings here for the car itself, the car number and the carrier. Looks like the operator abbreviation there. You got a brake wheel here. Again, another ladder down the back. And a lot of brace work down here, and you can see the kind of hopper innards there, hopefully. The coupler is a typical Bachmann knuckle coupler. This is specifically, it's a magnetically operated easy mate coupler. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so there's the back. Let's continue around. All right, and the two sides from the side views are identical to each other. The only difference you'll see is that the brake wheel, if you can even see that in profile, obviously would be at the other end if you're looking at the other side of the car, but otherwise, you know, as far as the lettering and so forth, it's all identical. So let's continue around. And this end of the hopper is identical to the opposite end with the exception of the brake wheel. You've only got the brake wheel, of course, at one end. But yeah, so here's just a look from the other end. Again, a lot of bracing detail, just very, very nice looking piece of rolling stock there. So let's finish our turn. All right, let's take a look at the top and the bottom. All right, so looking from the top here, this is a nice coal load here. You know, you've got kind of the glistening pieces here. You know, when a coal is chipped up, like a lot of times one side's really shiny and the other side's kind of dull. So they kind of reproduce that in a coal load here really nice. Bachmann does a great job, I think, on detailing anyway. But yeah, this coal load, again, is removable. I'll get into that in just a few minutes. There's a couple of things about this car where you can convert it from a full looking load to an empty load. And so I just want to show you that after we finish this up. But yeah, there's a view from the top, very convincing coal load. Very nice. All right, let's take a look at the bottom. All right, looking from the bottom here, lots of detail. Most of the detail you'll appreciate here is in the hoppers here. So the hoppers look like they're in quadrants, two on the left, two on the right, divided by this center beam here. And you can see they got the metal wheels and the typical Bachmann part number there painted in white. And like even the detail here, you can see the hopper doors right here. You know, those would slide up presumably and let the coal load run out the bottom there. And you can see the couplers in kind of bottom profile there. And the metal wheels. But yeah, good amount of detail. One thing about those hoppers, they're guaranteed to have a lot of detail on the bottom just because of the nature of the hopper aspect of it. We have a wood chip car that we've reviewed before by USA Trains in G scale, and it's a hopper as well, and that's got a lot of detail on the bottom as well. So yeah, with these type of cars, you'll expect a lot of detail on the bottom. But all right, let's get it back on the turntable. All right, let's throw the Chicago and Northwestern hopper up there on the turntable and give it a turn. We won't take a detailed look at this because we just did with the interstate version of the hopper here. So we're just gonna show you basically just the differences between the two as far as paint job goes and lettering and all that. This is kind of an oxidated red or a brown color hopper. Again, all plastic construction except for the wheels. And yeah, let's give it a spin so you can check it out. I think the details are more prominent here with the lighter color. As you can see here, these are things I didn't really even notice in the first pass with the black hopper there, but you can see a lot more mechanics inside that, inside under the slant of the hopper there in the back. So yeah, pretty impressive, I think, for the price point, definitely. All right, let's take a look at the bottom of this one, actually. This is a lighter color. Some more details might stand out on this here. Yeah, so looking at the bottom here, you can see, again, the hoppers. It's the same as the black one, but like I said, I thought with a lighter color, you might be able to see a few more of the details here. But you can see the hopper doors maybe better. As I pointed out on the black one, you might be able to see it better here. A lot of rivet or bolt detail there on the various, the metal plating. Obviously this is plastic, but on the real thing it would be the metal plating, so very nice. And a quick look at the coal load. Okay, there is some optional assembly that you can do on these cars, especially if you're not going to use the prefabricated coal load. But before I get started on that assembly, I just wanted to point out that there is a little set of instructions that does come with it that's in the box. Okay, so as we said earlier, this is a removable coal load. Now, we tried turning these things over and shaking them, but the coal load didn't release that easily. So what we did here was we just took basically just this knife here, just kind of slit it and, oops. Try that again. There we go. And just kind of pry it. It comes out really easy. So you just have to kind of get in there without damaging it. And then this is what the inside of the car looks like. Now I'm going to move the car out of the way here because I wanted to show you when we opened up the packaging, we also got these little pieces here. So let's just open these up real quick. And this is a pair of weights. And then this. And these are coverings. And there's also some bracing as well. These little pieces here. So what I'm going to do is I'll throw this together real quick. The weights just add, I think, some kind of, well, weight to the car. I guess that's might be important to some operators or whatever, but those weights just basically slide in like so, and then you'll get these covers here, and you can tell the side that's supposed to face up. There's some rivet or bolt work detailing there, and you can just put those right over the top like so. So if you wanted to run your cars empty, or you wanted to, create your own like loose coal load versus the one that's just one piece here, you could do that, and you have this nice interior that looks really good if you chose not to use that. And then there's these little guys right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there are some little divots or little pinholes here, not really pinholes, but 3 holes here on either side of the walls of the car. So you can just take these, and hopefully I can do this on camera, but basically you just pop those in like so. There we go. If I can find the light's kind of shining in my eyes here, so I can't really see too well, but just find the holes and they should just kind of pop in there. There we go. There's 2. And then finally, Here's the third one. So there you go. That's the inside of the car with the weights, the covers, and these little this little bracework here. Now I think that this should still actually fit right on top there. So you can see if you wanted to assemble those on the inside and then still use the co-load, the co-load will still fit with all that assembly done. But it does add, whoops, but it does add a little bit of weight to the car. All right, there you have it. The Bachmann Silver Series HO scale 55-ton 2-bay outside braced hopper with removable co-load. Let's go take them out on the layout and see how they look.